Next up we have Quade, aka Pigman, or whatever, Pigboy. He is an attacker slash support character who I have given 2 stars. His first ability is a physical attack and also applying a debuff which minuses your opponent's block and parry by 118. His second ability, Battle Terror, is an AoE attack and debuff and also removes enemy buffs. Now the debuff is core stats minus 10%, so that means their attack will be lowered and their health will be lowered and etc. And this also stacks. I believe it stacks up to 3 or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, his third ability, Thrill of Battle, is a heal slash buff which stacks to 10. Now you heard me right, to 10. So this is just like Juan's ability. And you have no excuse to let it drop, because when it's at 10 stacks you have 31.5k bonus damage. So that means your attacks will be 31.5k damage stronger. Anyway, it sucks if you get stunned or sleeped and lose it, but other than that you should always have that at 10 stacks. And it heals you as well too, so you know, no excuse. Anyway, use your second ability to remove the enemy buffs and lower their stats. Other than that, Quaid is still 2-star material. Next up we have Quiller, or the dragon dinosaur looking guy. Anyway, he is an attacker. He is a 3-starred character. His first ability, Destructive Blow, is a physical attack and it also applies a debuff, which means on their next attack the damage will be doubled. His second ability, Death Omen, is an AoE damage plus dot, which does 2.2k per second for 16 seconds. So this is probably the only dot that's actually worth having. 2.2k damage per second, and it has a 50-foot area, so there's no excuse not to hit your opponents. Your third ability, Splitting Roar, is an AoE damage and 50k debuff. Now, Quiller is one of my favorites also. The 50k debuff is always nice to have on your team. And since his first ability also increases damage doubled, that's always nice. And his dot also makes him a formidable foe. The only downside of being Quiller is being a melee character. And if you guys haven't noticed by now, my kitten there likes to photobomb. He's a real photobomber there. Coming down to our final 2, right now we have Robo VT080, which is an attacker slash support. I've given him 2-star rating. His first ability, Violent Lightning, is a magic attack. Second ability, Steam Pressure, is a very small AoE, which is 10 feet by the way, so it's just like putting an Oreo on your screen. It's very small. But if you can manage to land this, it minuses the opponent's HP by 10% and their defense is 0 for 10 seconds. Your third ability, Electrify, is an AoE damage plus 50k debuff plus skill block for 5 seconds. So special note about Robo, the 50k debuff plus skill block is nice, especially since it's combined together. And your second ability, Steam Pressure, is extremely useful if you can aim slash predict your enemy's movements. Since the AoE is so small, only 10 feet, being an Oreo size on your monitor, or the only time you'll actually use it is if the enemy is standing still, or you can actually predict their movement. Otherwise, do not use it if your aim is bad. You will waste an attack and waste time. Anyway, attack from far away since you're ranged, and use your 50k debuff to whittle down your opponents very easily. Last but not least, we have Stalvio, another crappy ass character. He is an attack slash crap character with a 1-star rating. His first ability is a physical attack with a dot, and the dot is absolutely pointless. It doesn't really matter. Second ability, Berserk Slash, an AoE damage plus debuff. The debuff minuses the opponent's armor by 15%, and this stacks. I believe it stacks up to 3, but I'm not sure. But that means the opponent's armor would be minus 15%. I mean, 45%, my bad. So that's pretty good. Third ability, Fatal Wound, is a AoE damage plus 50k debuff. So overall, honestly, he's a pretty crappy character, and his dot is useless, and the armor debuff is not really that useful, but at least he has a 50k debuff, otherwise making him completely useless to your team. Also guys, by the way, if you look on your mini-map, there is a orange icon there, and that is your event list. If you go and scroll down your event list, you can go down here to Winner Circle and Monstrously Good Time and click on them, and you will get bonus experience and class points. You also obtain 2 Eden Eternal Fragments, And the requirements to getting Winner's Circle is to beat the Monster Arena once. The monstrously good time, you just need to do Monster Arena twice. So don't forget to turn those in every day when you're doing the Monster Arena as well for bonus experience and class points. Oh my god, random Nyan Cat. Now, a couple final notes about the Monster Arena. If you're a melee monster, you're pretty much going to get screwed because honestly, it's unfair right now and it's unbalanced that ranged pretty much is always going to win in the Monster Arena. So yeah, if you're melee, you're almost always screwed because the range can just run away and then hit you and run away and hit you. Next up, the CP Charm / Guardian Contribution, which is when you turn in 10 items to the mayor of the area, whatever, does not affect the experience and class points you get in Monster Arena. So if you're thinking you're going to use a CP Charm and get double the experience, it's not going to work. Don't waste it. Next up, you can chain, sleep, and stun. So if your team, let's say, has Juan and Alice, Alice can put them to sleep for 10 seconds, and then at the last second, Juan can stun them. So sleep and stun are completely different if you don't know about this. So you can actually sleep them and then stun them, which will then keep them, they won't be able to do any attacks for 15 seconds. Now, my ratings may be subjective, and some of you might think differently or think the monsters are deserve a better rating or a less of a rating, but this is my own opinion, and I base it off the abilities the monster has and how useful overall they are to the team in general. So if you don't like my rating and you think otherwise, whatever, that's not my problem. Ranged will always be your first priority. Don't worry about the melee. Always go for ranged because they can just run around and wreck you. If you manage to get the opponents ranged out, you have a chance. Do everyone a favor and don't go AFK in the arena. If you go AFK, you're an asshole because I can't tell you how many times I've gone into the arena and gotten an AFK team member, and pretty much you are always going to lose after that because Monster Arena, unlike regular arena, you stand no chance of winning if it's like a 3-on-2 or a 3-on-1. Just don't go AFK in the arena. Play. I know people like to just go AFK and to get the free experience points, but you know what? You get more if you win. So don't be an asshole and go AFK. Try and win. And if it's a 3 vs 1 or a 2 vs 1 and you absolutely have no chance of winning at all, don't run around like an asshole and waste time and be a troll and make things just annoying. Just take your weapon off, stand still, and die. Because you're actually wasting your time and the opponent's time. If you die, you get to the next round quicker, you have a better chance of winning. Or if you die and you lose the match, you get to the next match and you have a better chance of getting a better team, better monsters, and a better percentage of winning. So if you have no chance of winning, just stay there and die. Take your weapon off, make it quicker. Don't be annoying and run around because that's just pointless. You're hurting yourself and everyone. And just being an asshole. No one likes AFKers. No one likes pointless running around. And that's pretty much it. I hope this guide helped you guys out, and I hope you learned something about the monsters and their abilities, and maybe you'll do a little bit better in the arena. It still takes some practice, you know, but with this information, you're more knowledgeable, and you'll do better in the arena. So if you guys have a question for me, you can mail me in game or leave a comment down below, and I will answer your question as soon as I can. And if this was helpful to you and you like this video, please like and please leave a comment. It really means a lot to people. It really means a lot to YouTubers, especially new ones. We always need our advice, criticism, and stuff to help us improve. So if you guys liked it, like the video, leave a comment. I'll answer your questions, leave a suggestion, whatever. I hope this video helped you out. Good luck on the monster arenas, and I'll see you guys on Eden Eternal.